Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about how to get a pre-approval auto loan through Navy Federal Credit Union. In order to use Navy Federal Credit Union, you have to be a member, and Navy Federal serves members of the armed forces and their families and friends. So you have to be invited by someone who is already a member of Navy Federal, or you have to be a member of the armed forces. So I recently bought a vehicle, and I can't believe how simple the process was to get approved through Navy Federal. So if you're like me and you're looking for an auto loan and you want to go through Navy Federal Credit Union to do it, you're in the right place. So a couple of things just to note is that you want to have an amount in mind that you want to request for Navy Federal Credit Union, because if you request too little, you'll be short, and it's better to request more because you don't have to use the full amount that you request for your pre-approval auto loan. Now, this is the Navy Federal Credit Union website. This is where you go normally to sign in. And I want to distinguish for you guys between an auto loan and a pre-approval loan, because they are two very different, vastly different things. When it comes to choosing Navy Federal Credit Union for a pre-approval auto loan, it's going to be your best bet given the climate that we're in 2023. A lot of these local dealerships are trying to charge outrageous amounts for the interest rates, as much as 18%, maybe even more if your credit is not great. And one thing about it, Navy Federal makes sure that their members get the best rate possible, especially given the climate that we're in. So if you have good credit, you are obviously going to be able to get lower interest rates. But even if your credit is not that great, they still offer great rates compared to the dealership. Basically, Navy Federal is an advocate for its members to make sure they are getting the best deals. So basically, what I'm going to show you today is how to fill out that application, and also to make sure that you know where it's located, because I filled out the wrong application the first time, and I want to make sure you're not like me and having your credit pulled twice by making a mistake. So let's get right into it. Again, please remember, this is only for members of Navy Federal Credit Union. If you don't have Navy Federal Credit Union, or you don't have a family member that is in the armed forces, this video is not for you. Okay? So we're going to get started by going on the tab that says loans and credit cards. Okay? So after you click on the tab that says loans and credit cards, what you're going to have to do is scroll down on this page, because there are a couple of different tabs on this page. So you're going to scroll past these auto loan options and this option that says calculating your estimated monthly payment. Also the auto resources, and you're going to go down to the auto learning center. Okay. So here we have those two different options that I spoke to you about earlier, which is applying for an auto loan, and then a different tab that says auto loan pre-approval process. Okay. When you are choosing an auto loan, this is when you already know the exact make, model, and VIN number of the car that you're going to get. Okay. This is not a loan that you use to shop around. This is when you know exactly what you're going to get. Okay, most people that are buying cars are not sure about what car they want to get, especially once you have the pre-approval. Your options may change. So I would not suggest this unless you're dead set on a specific car. Okay, what you're going to want to do is this auto loan pre-approval process. So once you click on this, as I've just done, it's going to give you the steps that you need to take in order to secure funding for that pre-approval loan. So step one is gathering the information that is needed for the application. So that's going to be your contact information for yourself and a co-applicant if you have one. So their phone number, email. You're also going to want to have your current housing information, your employment, so your income information, because they want to know if you're going to be able to afford the car. And you do want to be reasonable about what car you do choose for that reason, or how much you would like to spend. The next thing you want to do is get your trade-in information. So that's going to be your title or loan information, your registration, and you just want to have this together because they need to determine a value for the car that you're going to trade in, so you can know how much that will take off the price of the car that you're going to get, the new car. Okay. And then the next thing you want to do is figure out the exact amount that you want to finance. Okay. So this includes the price tag on the vehicle, but also your title, like the other fees that you will incur as well. So I would say add an additional $2,500 minimum, just to be on the safe side, but possibly even more, right? Because we already talked about requesting a little bit more than you even think that you would need. And the last two things that you want to do is decide on the length of the loan that you want. So if that's 70 months, if it's 60 months, is it 36, whatever it is, make sure you decide on that before applying. And then the last thing is to check the auto rates and the loan options. Okay. Please note that pre-approvals are only accepted by dealerships and not by private sellers. So that's very important when deciding where to purchase your car and if you actually need a pre-approval loan through Navy Federal. So step number 2 is submitting your application. You should receive a decision within minutes. So they take all the information that you put in for your income and all that stuff and make a decision on the spot, and they will let you know what your interest rate will be at that time. So if you are accepted by Navy Federal for the pre-approval auto loan, you will be able to either pick up your check at a local bank or they'll be able to send it to you through the mail. Obviously, the best option would be to pick up the check if you are able to, but if you are in a place where they don't have a Navy Federal bank, I would suggest obviously having it sent to you. But either way, either one will be totally fine, and you'll be able to use that check and take it to the dealership to shop for a vehicle. And that's really as simple as it gets for using Navy Federal for a pre-approval loan. The one thing you do want to make sure you do before submitting this application, which I should have clicked on prior to telling you all the steps, is going to check out those auto rates that Navy Federal currently has, because that will help determine the length of the loan that you will want. So we're going to go to that page right now, and we're going to look at the rates that Navy Federal currently has as of December 28th, 2023. So for a new vehicle, if you choose up to 36 months, it's the lowest you can get at 4.54, all the way up to 8.09% if you choose a very long-term loan, which is still better than what they are charging at these dealerships. And that's for a new vehicle. For used vehicles, it's at 5.44% for the lowest, and it is not even applicable for you to do over 70 months for a used vehicle. So these are things that you have to consider when purchasing a car. The other thing that you have to consider, or the last thing you need to consider, is that a new vehicle consists of a 2022, a 2023, or a 2024 vehicle with 30,000 or fewer miles. So this does give you a little bit of leeway when you are choosing a vehicle. And a used vehicle would be a 2021 and older model car that has over 30,000 miles. So that's really all that it is to it when it comes to applying for a pre-approval auto loan through Navy Federal. Of course, I wish you all the best, and just letting you know that it is a completely painless and easy process, and if I can do it, anybody can do it. So if you have any questions about my process with Navy Federal, or any other questions about anything that I said in this video, please list them below. I'll make sure to respond to everyone that I can that may have questions about the process for applying for that pre-approval. So I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.